Today I want to continue on the theme of self-acceptance that I touched on, and more importantly in this video, of the idea of being aware of your feelings and not identified with them. This is really like the basic framework of mindfulness meditation that is very common, of just be aware of your thoughts, let the thoughts drift by, close your eyes, watch the thoughts, don't identify with them. If you keep getting stuck in the loop, get back out. And we can apply the same principle to feelings in real time in our daily life when it's most important, and also in a state of meditation. And so at the end of this video, I'm going to end with doing a practice of being aware of the feelings and just tuning in and letting whatever wants to come up just be there as being the witnessing presence. And I think this book, Letting Go, does an amazing job of describing this process naturally. The book is all about letting go of resistance, and what we talked about of accepting whatever is arising. And so there's just a little paragraph I want to go through and kind of touch on around this topic of being aware of your feelings, like letting them be there, but not identified with them, and like we said, loosening the grip they have on you so they're not controlling you, but you're letting them come up and basically detoxing all these emotions that have been stuck in you. And so it says, by continuously letting go, it is possible to stay in a state of freedom. Feelings come and go, and eventually you realize that you are not your feelings, but that the real you is merely witnessing them. You stop identifying with them. The you that is observing and is aware of what is happening always stays the same. As you become more and more aware of the changeless witness within, you begin to identify with that level of consciousness. And so really the key point is being made there of the feelings come up, fear, sadness, anger, emotions keep coming up, and then they go. We have emotional ups and downs, that's part of life. But when you realize that you are not your feelings, and that the real you is merely witnessing them, you stop identifying with them. And with practice like that, it is possible to stay more in a state of freedom. So this is really a meditative practice that we can kind of cultivate of, like I said in the last video, allowing feelings to come up, giving them space, but without identifying with them. And so the really basic framework is the same as meditation, where you ask yourself, who is aware of these thoughts? The thoughts keep coming up, but there's an awareness that is noticing them, and that's the real you. And the more you meditate, and the more you sit in stillness and cultivate inner stillness, you realize that you are that aware presence. And the same goes for all the feelings that come up. Like I said in the last video, if you keep stuffing them back down, they're just going to keep resurfacing with a charge that you're identified with them, which is why you don't want to face them. But if you knew you're the witness of them, like you fully convicted that, okay, these feelings are not who I really am, so I can let them come up, essentially detox them out of myself by feeling them and holding space for them to come up and be seen and not identified with, then they start to let go of themselves, basically. You let go of the resistance, and then they kind of slowly wash out of your system almost. And so I think it's a perfect segue into just a short video here, but more on a practice that we can feel into, because that's really important when we're dealing with emotions. If I could just talk about them for a while and you have a concept in your head on what to do, but the more you kind of practice this in a setting like this, and then you take it into your real life throughout the day, whenever a feeling comes up, you kind of run through the process of like, okay, it's coming up, but I'm really identified with it. You loosen your grip of identifying with it, become the witness of it, let it flow through as you cultivate this idea of being the presence, the witnessing presence of it. So we might as well get right into that. I invite you to, you don't even have to close your eyes for this, but that will just anchor it more deeply as you allow yourself to become still. So I invite you to close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Just begin to take some deep breaths. Tuning into the body. However it's feeling is perfectly fine. Slowing down your breath and keeping your awareness inside your body. And you can slowly ask yourself, who is aware of the feelings that arise? If there's any trace of fear, any trace of sadness, any trace of anger, who is aware of this feeling? And let your body sit with this idea, with this question. Who is aware of this feeling? The feelings arise, and then they go. Yet, I am aware of that. And so really tune in into how you're feeling right now. Maybe there's been suppressed anger, suppressed fear, suppressed sadness. Again, you can be the witness of these feelings, of the sensations that arise with these feelings. You have the power to loosen the charge that they have over you. by letting them arise, but without identifying with them. Continue to tune into your breath, feeling into your body. And remembering the sequence to practice throughout the day. I let a feeling arise, but I am that who is aware of this feeling. This feeling does not define me. And just that simple switch, as it's felt in the body, can change the way you face and feel emotions. So take a full, deep breath in, and exhaling, opening your eyes whenever you're ready. Great. So I hope you felt something in that practice. And that's just something simple you can take throughout your day of, feelings are going to come up during the day, and it's just a matter of if you want to stuff them back down or holding space that, they don't take over you. Like, you're not going to, this isn't meant to let them come up and you vent them throughout the day. It's, you let those sensations come up, but you tune your mind to remember, oh, I am aware of this. Like, I give it space to come up and be felt, but I'm not charging it. That's really the practice. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in, and take care.